Water poured down her face, down her clothes, onto the ground. Milo saw her. He ran. He grabbed the heavy bowl. But she was safe. The crowd fell silent. Milo and the woman carried the water. The elderly woman walked beside him, weak, breathing hard. Step by step, they reached her house. But once inside, she grew dizzy. She sat down. Her hands trembled. She was sick. Milo looked around. No medicine. He turned and ran down the street, straight to the pharmacy. He pointed urgently, grabbed the medicine, and rushed back home.
He hurried inside and gently placed the medicine in her hands. She swallowed it slowly. Then she lay back and closed her eyes. A few quiet minutes passed. Her breathing began to calm. The tension in her face softened. She slowly opened her eyes again. This time, she looked stronger. Carefully, she pushed herself up and sat on the edge of the bed. Milo stayed close. He quickly brought a small bowl of water and placed it in front of her. She dipped her hands into the water and gently washed her face. Cool water ran down her cheeks. When she finished, Milo handed her a towel. She wiped her face slowly and let out a deep breath. Then she looked at him and smiled. A real smile. Soon after, they prepared a simple breakfast together. Nothing fancy, just warm food and quiet peace. They sat down and ate side by side. After breakfast, they stepped outside into the morning light. The air felt fresh. They shared some of their food with the neighbors nearby. And this time, the smiles were genuine. The day felt different, lighter. The woman sat comfortably outside and stretched her hands gently, testing her strength. Milo swept the compound carefully, moving the dust aside. After a while, she asked him to water the plants. Milo carried the watering can and poured water slowly at the roots. Neighbors from the community passed by and greeted her kindly. She smiled and greeted them back. When Milo finished, he came and sat quietly beside her. The yard felt peaceful. Then, 3 little girls appeared at the gate. They noticed Milo right away. They smiled with excitement. Milo looked at them curiously. And in that simple moment, a new friendship began. They ran around the yard, laughing as they chased each other. One of the girls threw a ball. Milo jumped and caught it. They cheered. Then Milo started to dance playfully. The girls clapped and laughed. After that, they did small exercises together. They sat on the floor, stood up again, and tried to balance. Everyone was smiling. As the evening approached, the girls waved goodbye and walked away. Milo returned to sit beside the elderly woman. They talked softly. They laughed about the day. And they remained seated quietly as the sky slowly turned dark. Milo and the elderly woman sat side by side. They spoke gently, sharing old memories. Sometimes she would pause, smile, and then continue. Milo listened closely. A small laugh escaped her. Then another. The kind of laughter that feels warm and familiar. After a while, their voices grew quiet. They simply sat together, watching the sun slowly sink lower in the sky. The colors changed gradually. Golden light. Then soft orange. Then a calm shade of purple. When the air turned cooler, the woman slowly stood up. Milo stood with her. Together, they walked inside the house. She lit a candle carefully. The soft flame flickered, filling the room with a gentle glow. They sat again. Milo ate his dinner peacefully. The elderly woman held her cup of coffee, taking slow sips while looking out the window. The house felt calm. Still. Then, a knock at the door. Her eyes widened. Standing there was her longtime friend. They smiled warmly and held each other's hands. They sat down together and talked about their school days, laughing at old memories and remembering old friends. Milo watched quietly. They talked about life, about their children, about the years that had quietly passed. Sometimes they laughed. Sometimes they grew thoughtful. Milo watched them quietly, curled up nearby. The night slowly grew deeper. The air became cooler. And soon, it was time for Milo to leave. The elderly woman stood up gently and walked toward him. She hugged him tightly, not out of sadness, but out of gratitude. She held him for a moment longer, then let go. Milo stepped outside and walked slowly down the path. She remained at the doorway, waving softly until he was out of sight. It had been a beautiful day. Sparkle subscribe for more heartwarming stories.